Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Ireland's Prime Minister Leo Varadkar has announced his plans to resign. This move comes as a complete surprise, but he said he felt he was no longer the best man for the job. The Prime Minister said he would remain in the position until a successor can be elected after Parliament returns from recess next month. He first became Prime Minister in 2017. His first term ended in 2020 when a general election ended with no party having a majority. He resumed the position of Prime Minister in December 2022. He is the country's youngest premier and Ireland's first gay leader. He has faced backlash over Ireland's housing crisis and soaring immigration numbers, the most recent being criticism over his government's treatment of a tent village of asylum seekers who had camped outside of government offices. This announcement comes days after making a trip to Washington, D.C., where he challenged President Joe Biden over the U.S. response to the war in Gaza. After 5 months of war with Hamas, Israel killed one of their top commanders. Marwan Issa, the number 3 official in Hamas's Gaza hierarchy, was killed in an Israeli airstrike. The White House says though neither Israel nor Hamas has confirmed his death, Egyptian officials have not heard from Issa, who has been serving as a messenger in hostage release talks. The death of Issa will lead to a less cohesive and coordinating fighting force for Hamas, but this does not look like the blow that will end the war. On Tuesday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Texas police can arrest migrants who enter Texas illegally at their border. Within hours, a federal appeals court issued an order preventing Texas from doing that, citing that the jurisdiction of immigration is a federal issue, not a state issue. Governor Greg Abbott of Texas had praised the law which allows any police officer in Texas to arrest people for a suspected illegal entry and authorizes judges to order them to leave the U.S. On Wednesday, a 3-judge appeals panel seemed deadlocked on how to move forward, with 2 of the judges seemingly on either side, with the 3rd judge not saying a word. Finland did it again. For the 7th year in a row, the country earned the top spot as the happiest country in the 2024 World Happiness Report. The report uses metrics based on GDP per capita, social support, healthy life expectancy, freedom, generosity, and corruption. This year's report is the first to include separate rankings by age group, but it brings bad news about life satisfaction among young people in some parts of the world. Happiness has dropped so sharply among the young in North America that young people there are now less happy than the older folks. Those low scores help push the United States out of the top 20 on the overall list for the first time since the report was first published in 2012. Other countries that made it to the top 5 include Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and Israel. Best Buy is recalling more than 287,000 air fryers sold across the U.S. and in Canada, following dozens of complaints of the products overheating, melting, or catching fire. In a notice posted by the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the recall involves Insignia air fryers and Insignia air fryer ovens sold at Best Buy stores nationwide and online from November 2021 through November 2023. Best Buy disclosed it has received 24 reports of overheating, melting, or glass shattering, including 6 reports of air fryers catching fire. According to the company, Best Buy has contacted all known purchasers directly and advised not to return the recalled air fryers or air fryer ovens to Best Buy stores. Consumers with the recalled items should visit recallrtr.com/airfryer for instructions on how to apply for a refund in the form of a check or store credit. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Meet James. He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels. and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back. During Tuesday's Town Council meeting, Braintree Mayor Aaron Joyce made a presentation regarding the town's budget. Making it clear that the town is in a hole, Mayor Joyce explained this is due to previous decisions made before she took office. The town hopes to make $16 million in budget reductions, a steep and challenging exercise according to the mayor. A number of measures have already been put in place to help the town save more money. A tax override vote was mentioned to address rumors, but the mayor made it clear that there weren't enough details to go forward with it, and this would be a last resort. Here's more from Mayor Joyce.
Good evening, councilors. Thank you, Council President Ryan, for allowing me to speak with you all tonight ahead of the upcoming budget season, which is certainly underway on our end, but will be more public-facing as we submit the budget to you in April and work through commentary and questions with department heads in May, and ultimately, be at a point where we will be approving the budget. So I'm before you tonight to speak a bit candidly about the challenges my administration is tackling as we embark on what will be our first budget season. But I know for a lot of counselors who have been serving Braintree for many years, you already have a few under your belt already. So I look forward to working with you all in the weeks ahead. As many of you may be aware, and as I hope to shed some light on this evening, the town of Braintree is facing a challenging year ahead, and we do expect the next several weeks and the detailed budget sessions in May to paint the picture of where the town's resources currently stand and how we plan to stabilize them, reduce the reliance on one-time funds in operational budgets, and strategically plan for operational and capital expenditures into the years ahead. We plan to outline fiscal year 25 budgets alongside projections into fiscal year 26, 27, and 28 as a minimum.
With the Braintree school budget being a recent hot topic, Mayor Joyce also went into some details on her administration's findings regarding the school's budget. The school committee released a breakdown of what the budget cuts could look like in real time for the town's public schools. Reductions range from transportation to programming and staff cuts. Joyce said during Tuesday's meeting that the process is just getting underway and she is not able to share many more details. Here's more on the school budget.
Currently, all town departments are working to meet specific spending targets that move us away from plugging operational deficits with one-time, non-recurring funds to close gaps in operational expenses. This has department heads currently working with our finance director to realize the service impacts of closing what is essentially an $8 million operational gap. We expect this to be a very challenging exercise. We expect personnel impacts. We expect potential service reductions. Because this process is just getting underway, we are not yet able to share specific details beyond that. As you may also be following on the school side of this equation, we have asked the superintendent to provide a picture of what level funding looks like. At the most recent school committee meeting, which was last night, the superintendent presented his recommended budget, which is approximately $8 million more than level funded. The $8 million more requested from the schools is on top of the $8 million operational gap on the town side. We are effectively looking at what Braintree looks like spending roughly $16 million less than what we may need. During last budget season, a counselor asked, how do we get to what do we need and away from what can we live without? I'd say when you are in a hole, you need to first stop digging. We will stop digging. We will outline and vet real cuts and weigh them against the anticipated service adjustments realized, and we will chart them out against a multi-year plan. And that is the work we are urgently doing between today and the presentation of our fiscal year 25 budget to the council on April 30th.
Next week, the Old Colony Hospice Center will be hosting an event to honor Vietnam veterans. In 2017, the Vietnam War Veterans Recognition Act designated March 29th as National Vietnam War Veterans Day. Now, communities like Braintree are hosting events for local veterans to meet others, share their stories, eat, and much more. Veterans, their families, and community members are all encouraged to join the event on March 29th at the Foster Veterans Center. The center is located at 30 Foster Road, and the event will start at 10 a.m. For more information, visit oldcolonyhospice.org. The Braintree Music Department announced they are partnering with Custom Fundraising Solutions to host their second annual mattress sale. All mattresses are brand new, made to order, come in all sizes, and have full 100% factory warranties. Twins start at $199, full beds are $289, Queens are $299, and Kings are $499. Delivery or pickup will be available 10 to 12 days after the sale. And for one day only, the Braintree High School main lobby at 128 Town Street will be transformed into a mattress showroom. Every purchase supports Braintree students, even if you just want a pillow. For more information about the sale, text Braintree 24 to 617-553-7722 or go to braintreema.gov. As Easter is approaching, the South Shore Plaza brought back a friendly critter to celebrate the season. The Easter Bunny is now at the mall through March 30th, and the Bunny Photo Experience will be open Monday through Sunday, and reservations are strongly encouraged. South Shore Plaza will also host events with the Bunny this season, including Caring Bunny, which is a private event for children with special needs and their families. Then there's Pet Photo Day, where you can bring your furry friend to pose with the bunny. And last, Baby's First Easter, which is a private photo event exclusively for your little ones to have their first picture taken with the bunny. For more information or to make a reservation, head to whereisbunny.com. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
It's that time of the year again, flu season. Getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19 can help keep you, your family, and your community healthy. You can even get both vaccines at the same time. Visit mass.gov/flushot to learn more.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey will no longer be disclosing travel plans when she is going out of state. A spokesperson from the governor's office announced that this decision was made due to security concerns. Healey's office did not want to elaborate on what the security concerns were, but came shortly after a trip she took in mid-February when the press was notified by Secretary of State William Galvin that both Healey and Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll were both away at the same time, leaving Galvin as acting governor. Last fall, the governor's office said they would stop informing the press and public ahead of time about Healey's travels out of Massachusetts, though officials would share her monthly calendars after the fact. Governor Maura Healey opposes eliminating the MCAS as a graduation requirement. The Massachusetts governor believes it's a necessary tool to get students the educational help they need to graduate. About 700 students across Massachusetts per year meet local standards for graduation, but don't graduate because of failing the MCAS. The stance that Healey and Secretary of Education Patrick Tutwiler are taking are opposite of the Massachusetts Teacher Association, who think high-stakes testing is a detriment to the students. They believe it reduces time to teach, narrows the curriculum, and adds stress to students. The question that will go before voters in November would not get rid of MCAS, but eliminate it as a graduation requirement. The MCAS has been a graduation requirement since 2003. More than 10 years after a fire gutted the former Masonic Temple in Quincy, one of the city's most celebrated restaurateurs will open an Italian restaurant there this year. Jimmy Lang, who owns 9 restaurants in the Boston area, said the new restaurant will be named Mason's Steakhouse. Lang said, quote, "This is going to be the most important restaurant of my career," end quote. According to the restaurant owner, the space is about 12,000 square feet and will hold 275 to 300 people. While trying to remain fluid, Lang hopes to bring back some of the nightlife in Quincy as well, leaning towards foregoing lunch hours and remaining open until 1 a.m. The new restaurant is set to open in the fall. A public access television producer in Avon is producing a show about the Quincy shipyard. He is looking for former shipyard workers who would like to talk about their experience there. If you're interested in sharing your story, please contact Bruce Lane at 508-510-3944 or email him at crkrbl@msn.com. If you're a fan of the Walking Dead television series, then here's your chance to be a part of it. Boston-based Kendall Cooper Casting is looking for a few good zombies for their second season of AMC's The Walking Dead: Dead City, which the company said will be shooting in the Boston area from April through July. Besides the slow-moving body chompers known as walkers, the agency said in its casting call that it is also looking for extras to play soldiers, post-apocalyptic survivors, and other extra roles for the show throughout the season. Kendall Cooper Casting posted descriptions of the sorts of physical qualities they are seeking for the various roles. People of all ages and ethnicities are encouraged to try out. While the casting call said the new season is filming in Boston, several online movie sites have said Randolph is also a likely location for at least some portion of the production. A link to the application is available at kendallcoopercasting.com. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. March is Women's History Month, so for today's entertainment segment, we have a few movies that celebrate, honor, and tell the story of strong women. 9 to 5 follows 3 female secretaries who decide to get revenge on their tyrannical, sexist boss by abducting him and running the business themselves. The film stars Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin. You can watch 9 to 5 now on Disney+. Then, Queen of Katwe follows a young Ugandan girl who sees her world rapidly change after being introduced to the game of chess. The film stars Medina Nalwanga, and you can watch Queen of Katwe now on Disney+. Then finally, Little Women takes place after the Civil War and follows Jo March, who reflects back and forth on her life, telling the beloved story of the March sisters, 4 young women, each determined to live life on their own terms. The film stars Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh. You can watch Little Women now on Hulu. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.